The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I lie down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I RASTA, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno prepared a table before I, in the presence of our enemy them. Uno anointed I head with no oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I life. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah kadema way. How my house of Bolisa I down water. It was sickly for. How time you moye. Oh, you all done. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. Now, here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Again, here we are not neutral. We have taken sides, yes, and we have never claimed to be neutral. We have taken sides. The side of the truth. That is why we are affectionately called the headquarters of the truth. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Now in every traditional African home there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some really good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce sumptuous food in all its palatability for the nourishment of the whole family in all its entirety. That is what we literally do here. We pick up ideas from all walks of life, all and sundry, and we subject these ideas to some crucial forensic scrutiny. Right after that, we tease out the creme de la creme of all these wonderful ideas and use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is the headquarters of the truth by every stretch of your imagination. This is the address of the truth. This is the domicile of the truth. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, and here we speak truth to power. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Maybe you want us to follow up on a certain story that is dear to your heart. We are most excited to do that. We are live on YouTube. We are also live on Facebook. Please subscribe to our social media handles and pages. Remember, you can also find us on X, formerly called Twitter. We are also on Instagram. And then also, we are on TikTok, where we keep ticking and talking with the hands of patriotism. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And today we are 1 hour late. We're trying to gather some last minute information. My brother, my sister, do forgive us for the late start of the show. Please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, hit on the subscription button so that, anytime we are on, you'll be reminded to watch us. Remember to also hit on the notification bell so the reminder would always come. This is the headquarters of the truth. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Today we have 3 very important stories to look at. And they are deep. And I need you to come along if you are ready. Come in. My brother, my sister, 3 very important stories. And without much ado, share the broadcast, subscribe to the channel, hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch us. If you're ready, let's get ready to rumble. Story number 1. Watch this. How Wontumi robbed, in quotes, Exim Bank. How Wontumi robbed Exim Bank. Now, we brought you this story last Friday before it came into the news. Chairman Wontumi is Entry Bosiakon. Chairman Wontumi is the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP. This is the man we are talking about. According to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, as supported by the Economic and Organized Crime Office, Chairman Wontumi is a very deadly crook. Very, 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 to the umpteenth time, deadly crook. This is Chairman Wontumi. We all know the shenanigans of this guy with little brains, running from one TV station to the other, boasting about how much gold he has been able to get after destroying our flora and fauna. We all know that this guy speaks as if he has left his head at home and speaks from his stomach. This is Chairman Wontumi. He's the most uncomfortable member of the NPP right now as we speak in Ghana and beyond. Chairman Wontumi. We were told that he went to Prempeh College. We were told that he was born on the 1st of May in 1976 in the Ashanti region. He became the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP. And there, he got so much political power after he returned from the UK where he sojourned. Chairman Wontumi boasted about how many cars he had, how many houses he built and bought, and about how many wives he had. For him, material things surpassed everything in life. Today is accountability time. And he looks like he has been smoked out of his mole hole, and he's the most comfortable man in hell. And I'm speaking tongue in cheek. Come here! My brother, my sister, almost all the alliances around Chairman Wontumi, people that he felt he could trust, have all turned their backs on him in the law courts. Some have said, we cannot follow you when every time we go to the courthouse, all we hear is the chant, free Chairman Wontumi, free Chairman Wontumi. Nobody thinks about freeing us. Therefore, we have broken links now and now. Chairman Wontumi is most uncomfortable. Now, we all remember that Chairman Wontumi was alleged to have broken into the Nimri forest. And there, he employed foreigners, including people from China, to help destroy our flora and fauna, our forest reserves. He didn't care. Destroying the whole land and getting the gold that he wanted. He was so obsessed with gold, and he didn't care what length, what extent he would go in order to get this gold. He was the modern day King Midas of Ghana, the king of gold. At a point, he was even in competition, at least done quixotically. Can I repeat that word? At a point, he believed he was in a certain tango, in a certain competition with the Asantehene quixotically, in his own mind and world. I didn't say fool's paradise. In his own mind and his own effusions in the head. My brother, my sister, he called himself the emperor. He had built his own empire in Ashanti. Asantehene felt threatened, and quickly he dispatched his elders and linguists to smoke him out of that hole he called his empire. He feigned sickness. Finally, he apologized. We were told he presented some schnapps and some innocent animals for sacrifice, and he walked free. Today we are talking about Chairman Wontumi. And Chibo Siakon. This is the chairman of the NPP in the Ashanti region. At a point he became so huge, bigger than Bonsu, the whale that swallowed Jonah. This is Chairman Wontumi. Now, after destroying our flora and fauna, picking up the gold that he wanted, enriching himself at the expense of the innocent Ghanaian, he wasn't satisfied. According to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice and Iyoko, this was what happened. His party was in power. There was a new bank that had been established a few months before John Dramani Mahama got out of power in March 2016. Nana Addo won the election and he started his presidency in January 2017. And when he started, he also looked at the newly created bank called the Exim Bank. Now, Exim is abbreviation for Export Import Bank. This is Exim Bank. EX for exports, IM for imports. It was to aid in trade, international trade and beyond, including domestic trade, to facilitate everything trade in Ghana and beyond. My brother, my sister, and listen to the sad story. When Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo realized that Galamsey had become so key in this country, he decided, with the help of his cabinet, that they were going to start something that will be an alternative to Galamsey. You know what they did? They said, so Galamseyers, all the people doing Galamsey, stop the Galamsey, please come home. And when you come home, we will give you an alternative employment. Do you understand? Stop the Galamsey. Come, we will give you alternative employment. So many people who had ideas of these alternative employments approach Exim Bank for support, and members of the NPP ran to the Exim Bank in their numbers. Chairman Wontumi went in there with all the political power, allegedly. And when he got there, he told the people that he was establishing a farm, the Wontumi Farms. Therefore, he needed support. He applied to the bank, and according to the Attorney General, even at the time that he applied, there was no company like Wontumi Farms. But he used political power. A few months later, Wontumi Farms was established. Now, this is where the story is. Chairman Wontumi now was able to push for some funding. And the funding that he pushed for, he knew he was going to get that. Chairman Wontumi was seen in people's maize farms, left, right, and center, to deceive the whole of Ghana that he was actually into maize farming. That was why he had run all the way to the Exim Bank for support. According to him, in fact, he had employed a lot of the Galamsey boys, and they had stopped doing Galamsey. Meanwhile, he himself was a fingered, dirty Galamsey kingpin. Do you understand? So they create the problem. They come up to you and say they want to solve the same problem that they created. And when you give them the assistance that they need to solve the problem that they created, they pocket it and create more problems. So Chairman Wontumi now had a number of boys, imaginary, telling the Exim Bank, you know what, these are the boys that are working on the maize farms. We need to pay them. And what happened? Exim Bank said, no problem. We are going to send people to go and do the biometrics. We're going to look at everyone that you have employed. We will take their biometrics and then we will start paying them. Chairman Wontumi vanished. He got angry and came back there again, demanding that money be given to him. Close to 500,000 Ghana cedis for him to pay his workers. And he was told the same thing. Please go and bring the names of the people you have employed and their details. Then we will pay them. Chairman Wontumi, because of the power of incumbency, because he was the chairman of the headquarters. In fact, I am talking about the World Bank of the NPP. He didn't see why the CEO, the chairman, and even the board members of Exim Bank should dare ask him to bring any biometrics. Whoever he spoke to, his party was in power. He twisted the arms of all the board members and used political incumbency to force the bitter pill down the throat of Exim Bank and took the money hook, line, and sinker. Come here! Nobody heard about it. Chairman Wontumi got so much money, millions of Ghana cedis. And let's give you a little bit of evidence. It's been published, my brother, my sister. And we have a bit of details in there. Look how Chairman Wontumi robbed in quotes Exim Bank. How Wontumi pressured Exim Bank to release funds for non-existent farm workers. And this is the Attorney General. Run the story, my youth. Watch this. Now the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Dr. Dominic Akuritinga Ayine, has revealed that Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Bernard Nchibo Siakon, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, allegedly pressured Ghana Exim Bank to release funds intended for farm workers who investigations later confirmed did not exist. Now providing updates on high-profile investigations during the government accountability series on December 22, 2025. The Attorney General said Wontumi Farms Limited was required to submit a database of farm hands to enable electronic salary payments under the Mining Alternative Livelihoods Initiative under the Akufo-Addo Bawumia government. Flip it. Now to facilitate this, Ghana Exim Bank had contracted IBAN Capital Limited to create a biometric payment platform for workers slated to be employed on a maize farm at Asarenkwanta in the Ashanti region, as claimed by Chairman Wontumi. However, Dr. Ayine disclosed that Wontumi Farms failed to provide a database because there were no farmers working on the land. Despite this, Chairman Wontumi allegedly insisted that 400,000 Ghana cedis, that's almost 500,000 Ghana cedis, intended for salaries, be paid directly into the company in cash. Come here! Power is talking. Power! Pay! We won't give you any biometrics. Our party is in power. Pay! He claimed the youth involved in illegal mining were not used to electronic payment systems and preferred cash, the Attorney General said. However, the AG said investigations ultimately revealed that no farming activities took place and no workers were engaged, confirming that the loan facility had been obtained under false pretenses. Dash it away. And he himself took about 24 million American Ghana cedis, as you were told. 10 million American dollars. He pocketed that and went around playing the buffoonery. My brother, my sister, looking down on people and calling them poor after allegedly stealing our money. This is sad, isn't it? A man steals from you allegedly, impoverishes you, then he turns around to call you poor. Today, my brother, my sister, Chairman Wontumi is the most uncomfortable Homo sapiens on the planet. If I were a tick under his skin, I would be the most uncomfortable tick in the world. And I wouldn't be envious of any tick that is wallowing around him in that cauldron of absolute despondency. This is Chairman Wontumi. Today he's running after spiritualists. All of a sudden he now believes in the Bible. Where was the Bible when he allegedly was stealing from the state? Where was the Bible when he allegedly was destroying our farmlands, destroying our forest reserves, and stealing our gold? And to make it worse, the president at the time, irresponsible as he was, came out and said Chairman Wontumi was in no way doing galamsey, and that he could put his life down and testify anywhere in the world that Chairman Wontumi was not a galamseyer. Today, when you go into the Nimri forest, Chinese people who have been arrested, some who are standing trial, and some who are about to be deported have all mentioned Chairman Wontumi. They have shown evidence of Chairman Wontumi employing them to come and do this. Today, my brother, my sister, Chairman Wontumi did not only allegedly steal our gold and destroy our forest lands and reserves, he also went into the banks like a highway robber, shooting indiscriminately, asking everybody to lie down flat or else lose their lives. And he raked dry our coffers in the banks. This is Chairman Wontumi, a hardened crook allegedly, who stole using incumbency and political power. It's Judgment Day. Attorney General says he is going to be prosecuted fresh. Already, jail term is lingering around his head for the galamsey business. Now, this is another fresh one. Should he be convicted, would Wontumi come out of jail? Would he ever see freedom again? Your guess is as good as mine. All he needs is for his party to come back into power, and he'll be freed like all those dirty politicians do, so that he can continue stealing from our people. This is Bernard Enchibo Siakon, the man who was born on the 1st of May in 1976. A chain gang robber, allegedly, as told to us by the state lawyer. This is Chairman Wontumi. He is the most uncomfortable guy in Ghana right now. At this point, I want to say congratulations to Iyoko. Iyoko decided under Capo di Tutti Capi, Raymond Archer, to delve deep into the issues and be able to follow up every single step. And when the galamsey issue came out and cars of this guy were seized, his bank accounts frozen, he had the effrontery to go out there and demand from the banks to unfreeze his bank accounts so he could operate. My brother, my sister, you'll be shocked that there are some people, unpatriotic people, who will still be shouting, "Free Chairman Wontumi, free Chairman Wontumi, free Chairman Wontumi," all because they don't have common sense. Even the devil has fans. Even the devil has supporters. To Chairman Wontumi, there's a time to be born and there's a time to die. Come here! There's a time to sow and there's a time to reap. There's a time to empty the cup and there's a time to fill the cup. It looks like your cup has been filled. It's full. Enjoy the lingering jail term. No sympathy for you. When you go in there and you are sodomized by Atai and the rest who constantly have a hard on. Do you want to hear it again? Atai and the rest who are in there waiting patiently for you with the most serious hard on. I don't envy you. You see the depression. And you cry. Today you are where you are, allegedly. And my prayer is that if you are guilty, may Atai and 600 others be waiting for you in jail with serious hard-ons ready to rapture your world. And if you are innocent, may you be free. This is the Blakk Pot. Dash him away. Where we speak truth to power. And today, my brother, my sister, is the day of Chairman Wontumi. The boasting shall come to an end. The nonsense shall come to an end. The senselessness shall come to an end. The unpatriotic nature of some people is dwindling into oblivion. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodamo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Hey ya! Wayo! Wayo!
Blakk Pot, Kukushodamo.
It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodamo, and here we speak truth to power. If you have not as yet subscribed to this channel, please do me a favor. Hit on the subscription button and then hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you'll be reminded to watch us. This is the domicile of the truth. And without much ado, story number 2. Watch this. Brutally shocking response from Latvia University where Ghana student died. It's in the news. One 18-year-old boy, Nana Ejay Eshia, has died. An 18-year-old boy, dreadlocked, from Ghana, was sent by his parents to Latvia to go and study in one of the topmost universities in the Baltic. He went there. A few months later, he was brought back home dead. Dead. The plane flew all the way from Latvia. This time round, when it touched down on the tarmac of Ghana, a living being did not walk out of it to wave at his family and to a big warm embrace. When he was leaving, it was all beautiful. He waved at his family. Nana J, ukwa suadio, engineer, ukwa suadie. They were so hopeful that he would be the first engineer of the family. Their prayer was that he would make it. Their prayer was that he will bring honors to the family. But in June, a plane touched down at the Accra airport. And when it touched down, wails, tears greeted the plane, and the coffin came down. As you see here, airport authorities going to inspect the coffin. The mother was crying. Oh, meba, Nana oh, Nana J, Papa B. Yeah, Nana J. Uniana, and I say, obi fufro. Tears came down and rolled on the tarmac as if it was a new ocean. The family couldn't take it. My brother, my sister, the 18-year-old boy who went away to Latvia to study, full of life, returned mummified. My brother, my sister, look at the family crying. Dash it away. Now, he died. Nana J. Asia had died. And the reality had hit the family so hard. My brother, my sister, and on the day that he was laid in state, the tears even became more. The groans and the moans. It looked like the mother was looking for the earth to split into two and swallow her. You could hear her say boldly, I've wasted all 20 years of my life. She had struggled for over 2 years in order to have a child. She moved from one hospital to the other, one prayer camp to the other, 2 solid years. When she had the child, 18 years exactly, plus 2, she said she wasted her life. Watch her. Ah, Irade. Oh, Lord. Nana J died. Only 80 years. How did it all happen? Nana J always loved engineering. He would be on the internet studying. He loved to put his hands on almost everything to break it apart in order to fix it again. The family believed that this young man would be an engineer. So he himself went online looking for a university that would teach him proper engineering. And he wanted to be unique. He wouldn't go to England. He wouldn't go to America. He wouldn't go to China. Neither would he go to Korea. He saw a school in Latvia. And when he saw the school, the pictures of the school shocked him. The 9 scenes, Riga Technical University, RTU. Oh, then he looked at the area view. The aerial view was stupendous. It was cacophonizing. It was exasperatingly beautiful. Look at it. He saw the university, read the rich history of the university. It was the best engineering school in the Baltic. Jesus. And when he saw how students interacted, he didn't really see any black person there. He saw only white people. And with that mentality that, all right, when it comes to technology, it's white people who lead. It was a beautiful opportunity for him to fly all the way to this university. But first and foremost, he had to apply. He applied. And when he applied, oh, they responded. And when they responded, oh, everything was rosy. Before he realized the visa was ready, he had some kind of scholarship to boot. And boom, the family gathered money, saw him off at the Accra International Airport. Whilst he was sitting there, he was very quiet. When he the mother came. Me ba na eje didi ma me wate. Ufu play no I come back you. And didi ma me. Before he drank a little bit of soda. Hey, na eje when he jipa. Just as his name was mentioned and his flight was called and he was walking towards the gate, the mother embraced him as if she knew it was the last time. And said, Nana J, Abusiano, Ayade, we have worked very hard to be able to gather the money for you to go because we believe in you. When you are returning to this country, your name shall change. You shall be called Engineer Nana Eje Papebi. Nana Eje Kwate. Oh, I feel bad, my brother. I feel terrible. He walked through the gate, waved at family. Some of them were able to, click 1 or 2 photos whilst he was waving. And he went away. He arrived in the university. He realized that everybody there was white. He was the only black guy. Now, some Ghanaians might be hearing about Latvia for the first time. Latvia is a country in the Baltic. It is in between 2 very beautiful countries. Oh yes. Estonia on one side, Lithuania on the other side. They are part of the Schengen. They spend euro. It's a country of about 2 million people per. They are not many. And the biggest minority in that country, Russians. Hardly would you see black people in institutions like this. Nana J entered. From the day he entered, he realized that everything was different. People would not talk to him. He would say hi. Students would not respond. But his mother kept telling him, oh, because you are new, you make friends. You make friends. It's okay. You make friends. Engineer Papa B. You will be okay. Then, right after a few months, and this was in June, when he got admission to go. My brother, my sister, people started racially abusing him, insulting him right in his face. Sometimes even trying to get violent. He was only 18. And you know what it is to say 18 in Ghana? It's not the same thing as an American 18. In Ghana, we are so hospitable. An 18-year-old in Ghana could be an 11-year-old in America. And you know what I mean. Very humble, very quiet and gentle. Sometimes to a fault. Nana J realized that he didn't have friends and he couldn't make friends. There was a group that didn't like him at all and tried to do bad things to him. And he decided to stay away. He couldn't study anymore. He was almost like a loner. And see what happened now. One day, you know, a group of students came over to him. Hey, hi, how are you? How's Ghana? Yeah, Ghana, yeah, you're a nice person, blah, blah, blah. We have observed that some people don't like you here. It's just because you are a fresh student and you are so brilliant, but soon they will get to like you. So we want to be with you and protect you because we are citizens of this nation. Little did he know he was walking into a trap. In his own voice note that he sent to his mother, the same group of students met up with him and gave him a certain drink. They were also drinking. And he thought that he had friends. He didn't know that the drink was laced. When he drank it, he started feeling funny. So he called his roommate, who most of the time was even outside the room, and told him, call the police. I'm feeling funny. I think something is happening to me. The police arrived and took him to the hospital quickly. And it came out that truly he had been poisoned. He survived the poison. When he told his mother this, the mother said, write down the names of those friends of yours so that we will be able to talk to the school authorities to check out this. And he wrote down the names. He was still sick. Look at the handwriting. Look at the handwriting. Look at the names. And we verified all these names, my brother, my sister. Right now, these students are being protected in Riga Technical University. What exactly did Nana A.J. Asia tell his mother in that voice note? Listen to the voice note.
Said that he liked my style, so we should be friends and stuff like that. So I gave them my number that we should communicate and everything. They hit me up and they said that they are coming to my apartment that we should chill. So they came, then we started talking and everything. Then, before I can remember, they had given me something. It was like a drink. They said I should try it. And it's from here. I didn't want to go against it, so I tried it. And then but before they were coming, they were asking me if I was alone in my room, if my roommates had gone out. He hadn't had gone. He was in a different room. Yeah, so, but I had just told them that because I didn't know. So, I tried the drink, and after a few minutes later, my head started spinning, It was like I didn't know what was happening. Then, before I realized it in my mind, it was like it clicked on me that these people have dragged me. So I told them that I'm coming. I ran to my roommate. I told him that he should call the police. I didn't want to stay with them. So I ran downstairs, and then I went into a club and I asked them for help. And it's all here in the doctor's report. The examination has come back that I was poisoned with an unknown substance. Yeah, but I ran to a club and asked them for help. And what they are saying is I fell to the ground and I was unconscious.
Nana J. Eshia, he survived the poison. And when it came out that he had even written the names of the suspects, they grew very, very, very apprehensive. And allegedly, on top of the story building of the university, you saw the pictures. Nana J came flying like a bird with no wings. Blah, to the ground. Broke everything. He was gone. Dead. When Nana J started complaining about the school and its racist nature, the mother said, you know what? Take it easy, just finish 1 year, then we will relocate you to a university in Ghana or some other place. Nana J didn't want to hear about a university elsewhere. He just wanted to return home. Because his dream of going abroad to a university abroad was totally shattered. For him, every other place outside Ghana was going to be the same. 18 years. Peer pressure. He wanted some kind of acceptance. The mother said, just finish 1 year. 7 months after gaining admission, he returned home not as engineer Nana J. Eshia, but dead body. My brother, he died. They tried to get in contact with authorities in the university. They refused to give them the post-mortem results. Allegedly, the police was not supportive. They went all the way to Latvia, tried to get information. No information was happening. They had to fall on the foreign mission, Ghana, for support. According to the family, they tried so much to talk to Blakk, but there was no response until they had a response after a petition. And now Blakk says that he is going straight to Latvia because investigations show independently from the Ghana side in Berlin, Germany, that there's a wrongdoing. Murder is carried in the news. Watch this. Blakk to visit Latvia over death of Ghanaian student under mysterious circumstances. Dash it away. Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Blakk is the Minister of Foreign Affairs. He has met with the family of Nana AJ Eshia. That is the family in his office. He has spoken to the family, assured the family that yes, he will take action. This was what he told them when he met them. Watch this.
A couple of days ago, we issued a statement. A Ghanaian student who traveled to Latvia to study engineering, who was subjected to inhumane treatment and lost his life under very mysterious circumstances. And I've read a report from our diplomats who arrived on the scene from our Berlin mission, and they are convinced that there was foul play and that did not look like suicide. We have served notice that we demand justice. We are not going to let that slide, and that nobody harms a Ghanaian life and gets away with it. Nobody. 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 And I believe I will be failing as foreign minister if I cannot stand up. It's the most basic, the most simple thing to do. To just stand up for the lives of the people that you serve all over the world. If you cannot stand up for them, demand that their dignity be respected, then you have no business serving in this ministry as Minister for Foreign Affairs. And if we do not stand up for our own and demonstrate that we value the lives of the people we serve, nobody will. Nobody will do that for us.
Well, you heard Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Blakk loud and clear. If we don't stand up for our people, then nobody's going to stand up for us. Again, he says he will see himself as a failed Minister of Foreign Affairs if he can't stand up for Ghanaians. Nobody will touch Ghanaians anywhere in the world and walk. I love the energy of this guy. He stood up against Israel and said, listen, we are not at war with you. We just want you to respect us the same way we respect you. Today, he is on his way to Latvia to demand justice. Police is not ready to release information. The doctors are keeping the post-mortem results. What happened to those 4 people whose names were mentioned by a dying man? Were they 4 or 5? What happened to the little 18-year-old boy, Nana AJ Eshia? I decided to place a call to the school to find out exactly what happened. And you know we can do that. To find out exactly what it was. And the school decided to direct me to a press release. I don't know why no Ghanaian has seen this yet. And I don't know why the Foreign Affairs has not been given this. But this is brutally shocking. Watch this. Hi. This is from the university. Riga Technical University. They have an affiliate, which is the European University of Technology. And there it is. The Ghanaian student was not on university premises at the time of tragic event. And this was released on the 18th of December. What is contained in there will shock you. Ashia Nana J, the student from Ghana who passed away in Riga this June, has been studying at Riga Technical University for a brief period, approximately 6 months. At the time of the tragic incident, he was not present in the Riga Technical University campus or within any tertiary territory under the university's jurisdiction. Consequently, in light of these circumstances and in accordance with data protection regulations, RTU possesses no information regarding the specifics of the incident. Come here! Come here! RTU extends its deepest condolences to the young man's family. We have also provided the student's parents, yes, the student's parents, with all necessary support, including assistance with visa arrangements for enforcement, with law enforcement authorities. Upon commencing their studies at RTU, new students are briefed on the university's internal support systems as well as the availability of emergency services and resources within Latvia. Students are able to raise any concerns with the RTU International Cooperation Department, their designated academic advisor, or the student parliament. Furthermore, psychological counseling is available should it be required. And look at the last part. Throughout the duration of his studies, RTU received no complaints or requests for assistance from Asia Nanaje. That's it. It's clear. The university says that he was not on campus and he did not die on campus. Again, the university says that after he studied there for a brief period, he vanished. He wasn't coming for lectures. He was nowhere near the territorial jurisdiction of RTU. Finished and gone. Hey, Radhe. So whilst the parents are here in Ghana, whilst the minister is told that the student died on campus from a certain height, the school says no. For some time, the student was nowhere in the school. He was out there. He never for once even asked for assistance. This is where the plot gets thicker. Blakk says there is some fishiness in this issue, and that they are looking forward to dealing with this issue. Is the university speaking the truth? Or the university is just running away from responsibilities? In fact, even the tonal nature of the letter, for me, is a little insensitive. I don't know about you. It's a little insensitive. The young man. They don't really speak English in that country. It's not an English-speaking country. It's a Latvian-speaking country. They also speak Russian. And a lot of the youth now are into the English-speaking. The capital of Latvia is Riga. That's where the boy was going to school. If a student loses his life like this, if the student was not coming to school, they weren't lecturers to find out? Or it's a university so nobody cares about anyone? Is that how it is? My brother, my sister, he came back home, mummified. Mother couldn't take it anymore. When they laid him in state, she wept her heart out. We pray that the investigations go full length And whatever mystery is shrouded in this should be unraveled. Oh, Nene J. Nene J Ashia. Nene J Papa B. Engineer. Nene J. Uniyaminko wate. Uniyaminko. Dash it away. Uniyaminko. Ah. Them refer due ni amani hunu. Uniyaminko. Ko. Boko. Them refer due.
Blackpot. Cuckoo show, man.
It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, and here we speak truth to power. If you have not as yet subscribed to this channel, please do me the honest. Hit on the subscription button. Right after that, you hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch us. Thank you so much. What a beautiful family. Oh Lord, we thank you. We appreciate you for making us #1, the headquarters of the truth. Time now to listen to you. Send your messages via YouTube. They could also come via Facebook. And we're ready to pick them up. Then as usual, is first to say, it's time. Godwin Mauduji Agbemafle says, a move of fire. Tom Post says, hi bro, I hope you are very much okay by grace. Hassan says, Blakk, you are a hero of our time when it comes to the truth. Ebenezer Amber says, good evening everyone here. Nana Ogum Power says, Black Rasta, move of fire. More comments. And I have Set Sparta saying, respect my youth. Salifu Fadilu says, good evening Blakk. I'm listening with all ears and keeping up with the good works. Pandi Pamank says, welcome legendary Blakk. Here we are gathered again for the purpose of the truth. You are gleaming this evening. Thank you. Jajango says, good evening, African history class. Teach Blakk warrior. Fire. Salfu Fadilu says, no man born of a woman can bring you down. Move fire. Fire. Yabu. Fire. Franklin Safo. How are you, Franklin? Says, good evening, boss. I don't know if you have realized this, but I think there is something disturbing going on Facebook. I've realized that Facebook keeps pushing Nigerian content on us Ghanaians. Why are we not seeing more of our own content? Please look into it for me. Thank you and Merry Christmas to us all. Well, what I know about social media is that the more people in the country or the area click to that kind of content, the more the algorithms go crazy and send you that kind of content. So if you see a man looking at a woman half naked walking around, don't think it's by chance. That means that something triggered it. But of course, there's no smoke without fire. We will go into it and check it out. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. Patawo says, greetings, Black Rasta. Emmanuel Williams Fiagbenya says, Black Empire Media, is there any special reason why you cross your fingers when you recite the Lord's Prayers? Well, that's this. Let me raise it so you can see it better. That way there, like this. This is the Star of David. Star of David, saying it is just a way of showing reverence. You know, Jesus Christ came through the line of David. See? Haile Selassie, the same line. So it's a way of showing reverence to that holy lineage. See? That's why a lot of Rasta people will do that. Haile Selassie used to do it a lot. So that's basically is it. It's like a Muslim praying and he goes like this. Some Muslims can put down their hands. It's optional. But many say when you do that, it puts you in the mood of prayer. But if you don't do it, does it mean that your prayer is not going to be accepted, right? That's what it is. It just makes you focused. Something like that. You know how the brain works. When you raise your hand, it tells your brain that you are ready to give a blow. See? Yeah, involuntary actions. You do this because you've trained your mind in a way that when something harmful is coming to you, before you even think, bah! Something like that. If yes, I would love to know. All right. Oguyemi Princess Black Rasta. Good evening. Faust Obi Omoto says the greatest, the great Black Rasta. I salute you. Godwin Mauduji Agbemafle says my humble appeal, be brief and concise. Thank you. We will try. Muhammad Awal Usman says I am here for the revelation, watching you live from Germany. Kamshina Zaid said, Black Rasta more fire. My greetings to the spiritual president, Ubidiaba Accra. Rap Thunder says, welcome, legendary Black. Okay. And we have more comments coming in. And who is this? Hans Ismail, right? Hans Ismail. He says, he even had the audacity to say that he's rich enough to buy Chelsea Football Club of London. King D says, Black, sorry, your lateness is affecting us, the outsiders of the country, especially when the time is 4 hours ahead of Ghana time. Oh my God. When I see comments like this, I truly feel bad. Sometimes we are unable to do much. But again, we are growing together. It wasn't like this. We will keep growing fast. We will work on it. We have been working on it actually. Sorry about that. I do apologize, my brother. Please remember, we never take you for granted. Your time is very important to us, especially we've traveled outside this country before, and we know how time is important. Salute of patriotism, King D, to all the family, right? Please do something about it because we always want to have a good taste from the pot before we sleep. My apologies, Black. Thank you. I have to apologize to you. Godwin Mauduji Agbamefle says, Yevugbe. Abdul Rauf Osmanu says, Wontumi needs to be jailed for life in prison because of the damage he allegedly caused to the country. Okay? More comments. We have the Ghanaian faces. The Black Port Kuku Shonamo. Patriotism is really the way to go. God bless you, Black. Ogunyemi Princess, Black Rasta. Kudos to you. More fire. Wabing Alex is laughing like a jackal. Theophilus Otu says, good evening, Black Rasta. All right? And we have blended rain. Says, Black Gorilla on Sina shirt. Bennett blended. Anyway. Boy, prophecy says, they should just leave him. It's a burden on him. Swala Sharif Kanyiti says, create loot and share. Apollo Man says, thanks for your great job. Zion Genesis say it loud. Jason Straps is in a mood for prayer, right? JDFGH says, greetings, Blakk. We are live. Woyoy. Stephen Jackson says, woyoy. We are live in the Tuesday class. Good evening to you, Mr. Blakk Rasta. And Shatnati says, teacher, you are late today. I apologize. Shafter Music is flying high. High. Says the truth is coming. Stephen Jackson says, we are ready to learn more, sir. And then J Emotion TV says, can't wait. Emmanuel Ania says, NAPO still got mouth to speak. Is he aware that his political career has come to an end? The day he made those utterances, such a joker. J Emotion comes on to say, can't wait. JDSGH says, our Africa, Blakk Rasta, featuring Ja Amber, still one of my favorite big tunes. Woyoy. Salute of patriotism. J Emotion TV says, let's go. All right? And then Paddy Roland is laughing like a jackal. Fire, yeah. J Emotion TV says, let's go. We are ready. Raskaba says, assalamu alaikum, my big brother, Blakk Rasta himself. Allah Almighty keep protecting you and guiding you always. Inshallah. Ya Rabbi. And then Emmanuel Ania says, I have no mercy for criminals, but Wontumi's issues seem to be endless. Luis Oklu says, welcome. J Emotion TV says, we can't wait to listen to the gist, okay? And it says, say gist, okay? Ashanate says, I could see you were not feeling well yesterday, but because of the love you have for this country, you couldn't even bother to take a rest. God bless you for winning souls for Africa. Oh my God. Salute. Patriotism. Global Harmony. One says fire. Okay. More comments. All right, this is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, and here we speak truth to power. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do. It is the channel of choice, the truth. Numbers scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Maybe you have a story you want us to follow up on. Even if it's in China, we'll follow it up. As long as it concerns us. It's the Blakk Pot. aka Kukushonomo. Story number 3. Watch this. I should never have insulted NKRUMAH. Na niema. Bayole. Better late than never. And who is saying this? NAPO. Very arrogant guy. Little respect for people. And when they are on the political platform, it's like they are drugged. Drugs that we can't find in the medical dictionary. And he's supposed to be a medical doctor. He came on stage after Asante Hine had praised him and told him point blank that, hey, I want you to show everybody that we trained you right here in this wonderful palace. You are well behaved, but I hear some people say you are not. Prove to them. And everybody applauded. But it's in his DNA. Character. Right there. You can't hide it. You see, Subai, it is insane. Uchu mutain kra. Ebepui. A few minutes later, he came on stage. He didn't only insult the nation Ghana, including the Asante, who had lauded him so much and had almost endorsed him for the NPP campaign for VP, Vice President. He insulted the greatest African from our country and beyond. One of the greatest humans who ever lived. Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame Nkrumah no. He didn't get anyone to compare with the legendary Kwame Nkrumah, but a failed politician like Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He wanted to find a way of paying back Nana Addo for forcing him as a bitter pill down the throat of Bawumia to be taken or selected as the running mate. So he started by extolling the virtues of Nana Addo. Oh, he's a great man. Oh, he did this, he did that. Even Kwame Nkrumah couldn't match him with the amount of development he brought to the people. Such a joker, such a comedian. From when he said that, his political career crashed to the ground and fizzled into oblivion, effervescing like a mirage. He was gone. Finished. Not even Asante Yini could resurrect him. The only man who can resurrect the career of NAPO has not been born yet. My brother, my sister, he never apologized. Then upon pressure, he came to apologize to the people of Ghana. Now they are getting ready, campaigning again for another round of primaries. And this time round, it looks like he has brought on a genuine regret. Political regret. A genuine political regret. It's an irony. Watch this. What is he saying? Watch this. Why Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh wants to return to parliament. Dash it away. He has come out to say that he has regretted insulting Kwame Nkrumah. Now listen to his ambition. He wants to return to parliament. This time round, not as an MP. He wants to return to parliament in a higher service, maybe as the Speaker of Parliament. So you look at it and you are asking yourself, is Bawumia still going to take this guy as his running mate? Already he has told Kennedy that he wouldn't be able to support him because Bawumia showed him a lot of love. Many people believe Bawumia lost the last elections, aside his own sins, because also of this guy here called NAPO. My brother, my sister, would NAPO even be given a chance again to be an MP, let alone a Speaker of Parliament? My brother, say anything. If you don't have any praises, then don't destroy. Kwame Nkrumah was a man who did a lot for this nation. Even in Ghana, when we were chasing him out, other countries were crying that we didn't know what we were doing. And they were right. A few years after we chased him out and he died in exile, we started to shift him towards the land of martyrdom. He was martyred. You see the martyrs of Uganda? Nkrumah became the martyr of Africa. His martyrdom surpassed every other one. When he died, he didn't even have a house in his name. Such a great man. He was only thinking about Ghana, thinking about Africa. And the kind of development he brought to us was not only physical, spiritual, and intellectual. He wrote books that many scholars rate even more than the Bible sometimes. There are some scholars who hold Kwame Nkrumah's book just like a Christian holds the Bible. There are some scholars who cannot go a day without affiliating with Kwame Nkrumah. But this guy came here and insulted the man, Pasa. Today he says that he wished he had never done it. I want to believe that this is not a political gimmick, because I know these people don't love Kwame Nkrumah. These NPP people. It's only Kennedy Japan who came out and said point blank that, listen, I'm a Buzio Dankwa guy, but I love Kwame Nkrumah. I think he was the greatest African. Only Kennedy Japan. Will Nanado say this? No, he will never say that. Nanado said that Kwame Nkrumah played a very important role in our independence. But he was not the founder. He was one of the founders. And the history about this is clear. We also saw a lot of these Buzio Dankwa people, what they did in removing Kwame Nkrumah and reversing our progress, retrogressing us several years back. Today, we would have been more developed than England. We would have been more developed than America if Kwame Nkrumah was still here. Or Kwame Nkrumah had been allowed to run his full term. Even without Kwame Nkrumah, see where we have reached. Today, other African countries look up to us and they are like, what? Is this Ghana? Some Nigerians even make a joke and say that when you enter Ghana, you know that you are no more in Africa. NAPO says he should never have insulted Kwame Nkrumah. At first he tried to explain how it was not an insult. He was arrogant about it, but the backlash has been so tremendous, and trust me, it's permanent. He has lost it. If Baumia wants to get a bit of votes, I don't think that partnering with this anti-Nkrumahist, Baumia's father himself was an Nkrumahist. Some people, they kill their own political careers with their tongues. NAPO, no tears for you. Regret or no regret, it might be the same value. But for me, a genuine regret will translate later into something more powerful. My brother, my sister, is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. Come here. Now your comments, and then we'll be done for the day. All right? Nana Benyi Kofi says NPP party gives appointment to people who can insult and can disgrace the opposition party members. Daniel Kwabena Mfojo says, I think it was around the same year he said he wanted to buy Chelsea FC in London. After allegedly stealing our money. He was poo-pooing on us, right? Ogunyemi Princess Black Rasta, you see Chairman Wontumi, eh? His bone must rot in prison. Fali Zawunu says, God bless you for standing for the truth, Black Rasta. Thank you, Fali. Daniel Kobna Umfojo says, Akufo-Addo and Bawumia must be investigated. Letitia Donko says, Woy, Wobwa. Letitia Donko is laughing. Donko. Mark Romeo Fori says, boss of all bosses. Capo the Tutti Capi. Abdul Manaf Gizo says, Black, may the Almighty Allah protect you from the evil ones and make it easier for you and for us all. Amen. May Allah be with you. Ogunyemi Prince says, Black Rasta, tell them political power is not like family property that you can hold for long. Thank you. I like that. Ogunyemi Prince. Okay? And he says, greetings in the name of the Most High Jah, Black Rasta. Hamid Sule says, Black Rasta, salam alaikum. More fire. Don Poe says, I love the way this guy is trying so hard to pull out charcoal from the ashes without taking sides. But the truth, thank you, Mr. Black Rasta. But I know that your eyes are also on the other side, which is NDC, because some of the NDC people must take lessons from this case. Well done, my brother, for the good job. Thank you, Tompo. You know, that's how we are. We have roving eyes. And they know it. They know it. Bismarck Brown says, allow him to buy Chelsea. At least our kids will play Chelsea Academy. Emmanuel Williams Fiagbenya says, Black Empire Media, is there any special reason why? Okay, well, I think we answered that. Sangmane Robert says, Black, watching you from Winneba. Eddie Kev Mensa says, good evening, Black, more fire. Okay? And then we have Carl Sicho says, every country Ghana people want to go. Where Nigerians are twins. There's no country you go in the world and you won't find Ghanaians and Nigerians. Even in hell, if hell was a country, you will find somebody there called Mensa. And when you look around, you find another one called anyway, take that for a little joke. Abdul Rauf Osmanu says, justice for Nana. And then H. Batman Simtu says, very sad. Lion Rock says, greetings, my king. Love and respect, Lion Rock. And then Abdul Rauf Osmanu says, very sad. Andrew Squatchy says, one for all and all for one. Abdallah Shehu says, very sad indeed. King D says, what a pity. Senor King Lucky Sylvester says, God fortify you, my dear sister. This life is unjust, but God knows more than we know. Nick Hayes Kubaji says, very sad. This must be investigated. Matthew Akidog says, may his soul rest well. So sad. H. Batman Sim2 says, very, very terrible. All right. And then we have Joseph Arta, who says the only truth and nothing else, okay? And then Akufo-Addo and MPP bank looters must go to jail. Gagnon Dela says, why the truth is here. Charlotte Agbeka says, Wontumi has seen nothing yet. Those who want him freed can go and replace him. I like that. Quack Special Prosecutor says, no peace for the wicked. Hanwar Sadat Larry says, amen and amen. And he says, Black Rasta, good evening. Good evening. Hanwar Sadat Larry, how you doing? Henry Lamte says, Kuku Shonamo. And then Francis Ninja says, Black Rasta, let Dr. Ayine know that Akpalu's wife is an Irish citizen and she should be arrested before it's too late. She owns a restaurant now in Kumasi. Oh, I didn't know that. Wow. Okay. So we shall investigate that. Okay. Gagnon Dela says, watching live from Accra of Vancobaria. Keep up the good work. Why? Okay, Balfour says, poetic presentation. Salute. Patriotism. Charlotte Agbeka says, what a sad story. May his soul rest peacefully. Miss Bridget says, my heart goes out to her. It's so heartbreaking to watch her pain. Stephen Banda says, it is a sad story, Black. I am very sorry for the family. My heart is broken. Sorry to the family. And Mas Babatu says, good morning to everyone. I think it's in China. Rap Thunder says, sometimes you can plan to destroy someone's personality, but God can turn it to blessing for the person. Since I started following you, I have never regretted for knowing you, but it's always been blessing. Salute, Rap Thunder. And I have never disagreed with you. And it's not that you are perfect, but you are always doing your best. Oh, wow, this is powerful. I support you because you are doing your best. You might not always be right, but I agree with you because you are doing your very best. Wow. Hey, this is powerful. I think this should be a Bible verse. I swear, even if you change your mentality, I know it's going to be good for me and I don't care anymore. Rap Thunder. Salute. Patriotism. This is emotional, isn't it? Ali Abubakar is smiling. Mabel Sairam Kotoko says, oh gosh. Pat Awo says, so sad. May he so rest in peace. Sumaila Mohammed says, justice for a J. If it was to be a black man, like by now, he would be arrested. What a racist and xenophobic act. Arafat Ramos Imoro says, I felt the pain. Oh, very sad. Lion Rock says, oh, very sad. Mabel Sairam Kotoko says, boy. Sumaila Muhammad said, justice for a J. If it was to be a black man, well, I think we read that. And then, Senor King Lucky Sylvester says, is Latvia having their embassy in Ghana? Very good question. They have a consulate in Kumasi. Not in Accra, in Kumasi. It's interesting, isn't it? Godfred Praise says, why am I shedding tears? I'm also shedding tears. Mark Upham Jr. said, in fact, he was too young for the parents to allow a loan to school in Latvia. Because Africans have been recruited into Russian army. And Russia is planning to attack the Baltic states. This could be a contributing factor. Where your P? Anyway. Alexander Kwesi says, Tuma Black Rasta, I was in Latvia somewhere around 2017, and around that time the people there were very, very friendly. I'm surprised to hear the sad news of our brother. May he rest in the bosom of the Almighty God. This issue has been discussed here in Canada, and some say it might be the Ukrainians who migrated to Latvia. I hope the government of Ghana will take action against a Ghanaian. Seriously. Watching you from Ontario, Canada. Nana J. Ashia Pepe B. Engineer. We appreciate you and we love you. It's been the Black Pot. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't and hit on the notification button. Recommend us to others. We are such a beautiful family. Are you aware you've made us #1? The views keep skyrocketing and we get a lot of contracts to advertise businesses. Oh my God. We thank you. We appreciate you. God be with you. It's been the Black Pot. Hey! Hey! Do you know something? I feel like breaking this news. Let's break it tomorrow. Tomorrow, we have something like this. Hey! Wayo! Wayo!